and welcome back to the channel, and we are going to play another one of the World Cup courses, and we have another main field published, and then I'll get to some of the alts. We're going to play Tooranga by sebk first of all. Now, he said no more than high winds, so we'll go with medium. And I think this is a sandbelty course, so go medium southeast. What else he said? Set within 685,000 square yards. That is tight, and okay, we'll see how that works. Base 147 bunkers, cool. The nines both return to the clubhouse, blah, 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 blah. Default settings. Avoid pin 2, which is the really hard one. Okay. I have some thoughts already. This is good. We're going to go pin 3 in that case. I'm going to go for this. And we do like Sandbell. We do. And because we like Sandbell, I have a lot of thoughts on it. And I am, as you all know, I am very harsh with sandbelts. Like, there's a level to hit. This looks good though. And there's a lot of stuff in this game you can do. Yeah. Right, okay. So my first thought is 685,000 is very narrow and very tight, and sandbelts are all about width. They are also about very cool creative routing, but if you're tightening it that much, there's some... Oh, why have we done a heart-shaped pool? That's an odd thing. So yeah, that's just going to be one thing I'm looking at as to whether it feels a bit too narrow, because the playing corridors and width are huge on sandbelt to get right, like they need to be right. This looks lovely from the overhead. We've done some farms. Someone's learned. Kind of done some lazy farms, but that's okay. They're way off in the background. These ones look much better. Let's zoom down to the weathering looks really good generally. It's nice. I like the paths and how you've done those. Let's see. Oh yeah. Work well. I think you can tidy some of this stuff up just a little, but it is background, so it doesn't matter so much. Nicely done. Are we in rustic? Huh. Rustic lives again. That's cool. Okay. And we will see lots of bunkers cutting into fairways, I imagine, which are a pain to do. And I'll have, yeah, we'll be looking at them with a close eye. There's our clubhouse, which looks nice. The standard new clubhouses getting a lot of love at the moment. Okay, and we have our bunkers. Now this is going to be the in the real acid test for sandbelts is bunkers. There's nowhere to hide because they have to be so good. And these are okay. I think there's some stuff you could be lowering here. I think the bottoms could be flatter. I like the way they cut in. We will see how they work on the green, but yeah, there's some bumpiness in them. And you want to get this lip as steep as you can do all the way down, and it's not quite. That said, sandbelts are awesome. We love sandbelts. So they are hard. They are, but it's one of those where you don't take on this style unless you can absolutely nail it, I think. This is sebk. The planting looks lovely. I really like that. And the terrain painting is nice. That's a good way to blend it. And the only thing I'd say about this terrain painting is the choice of texture means that you've got these kind of waves in it, which maybe look a little odd here. I really like the planting. That green site's lovely. And yeah, we've done some of the nice trees and things. Yeah, what Saucy said, and Jamie will know this. Like between Jamie and I, we will have deleted more sandbelt bunkers than probably anyone else has ever done. Bunkers are hard. They really are. It's yeah. Okay, let's leap into. So both nines return to the clubhouse, which is cool, but not a must. Okay, so the first one, longer drivers could be bombing it over. I like that you've made the green big, because it has to be the sandbelt. I don't know that this feels a little wonky. Like you could be putting a pin up here and have that slope harder. Like you can create more green space around about here. He does. He does. Okay, so if I'm laying back, feel this is in the... okay, I'm going to withhold my judgment for a second. I like that you're opening with a short par 4 though. Like sub 400 par 4s are what Sandbout's all about. I really like the lighting and planting as well. I think this sightline looks great. I've not played the game in in about a week. So whenever my last stream was. I really like the planting on that bunker. Like this layers beautifully. You've done really well with the first hole. I think you could probably have allowed a bit more space short of the fairway short of the green. And the one I'd have probably cut away is this bunker. If you've got this cluster here, you don't really need to do the one here as well. I got into CCC. I'm slightly petrified of Kosatana because I've seen the scores that everyone is putting up and I cannot shape the ball for love nor money. But CCC is pretty good at this stage, I think. Not a bad shot. I like the weathering on the green as well. Has gone nicely. Okay. We have a pretty flat part. Green's generally pretty friendly, broad. One thing I would say I feel is like a bit of a misconception about sandbelts is that the greens don't, as far as I'm aware, I haven't played any in real life, but based on all my research, they don't tend to roll balls way into off the middle of the green, way into the bunker. The bunkers are there, like you can putt into them if you hit a bad putt, but the green won't take your ball into there. And like it's more they're cut right into the edge. So I would do everything possible to flatten this out and make this green surface. Because what they really want is like you being able to be inches away from disaster, not like 5 feet away and then hit the same thing. But I could be wrong. That is purely based on research and pictures and reading. So this feels relatively straight, right? Now, with those things in mind, I do love the first hole. I think that was a nice one. It gave me an option off the tee, chose to lay up, and I felt I was rewarded for that. Lovely panning camera. Par 3 second. Par 3 second. I really like it. I would have lost one of these two trees. And this is I'm holding my judgment. I do feel like this course is going to be a little too narrow. Because if we're playing over to here, we're chancing with this. The bunker's scaled a little too small for size and depth. Maybe this one, no. This one's fine. This one, yes, a little bit with the fingers. And you can see where it's gotten a bit awkward with the splines and where they're covering. So much of it is about sizing and scaling. It's just difficult. Like, you will have... I mean, Seb will probably attest. You learn so much through sandbelts. And, like, you have to be so good at everything. And there's lots of this you've nailed. Like, I love this planting. And round here. I love the sight line. It's just tough. I would have probably raised up this point. One thing they do with the bunkers a lot is have little peaks. So I'd have taken your circle brush on page 1, the top right hand one, raised up about here. So it's kind of going diagonally up and then down. And just play with those heights a little bit more. Because that's where this is. You can see the sight line to this bunker is just a touch awkward because that bit should be low, that bit high. Agreed. The bunker stamping is great, but it is something that is global and therefore is tricky. And this back one, I wouldn't have worried about being able to see it. I'd have just dumped it way down. Okay, let's stop talking and hit a shot. I can land a ball short and run it on, which is nice. I think the only other thing he says hit a shot and then proceeds not to. The only other thing I think, just from a more like holistic perspective, you've got this bunker short left, which is already pinching the front of the green. Do you really need the back left running away, where back right is quite friendly? Like it feels like this side, the bunker's protecting, and then the red slope and the red slope, which limits your pinnable area here. So that's pushing people away from the bunker. What about if you've done your red slope over here? Then you've got all of that as like people can play onto that. Cool. that's okay. We will, and like, it's not all sandbelt courses need to be super wide. It's more just kind of what I feel. That's all right. Oh, get a kick right. Oh, tried. I do really love the vibe here. Like, it's nice and relaxing, and yeah. Oh, I didn't turn. Ah, overhead it a little. Feels like a shot dropped. I'm enjoying it so far. Like, as I said at the top, if it's sandbelt, I will have a load of comments because it's so close to my heart, and yeah. You will therefore get more feedback than you would ever want. Uh, so yeah, just know that you get everything. This one, I think you have. We're kind of going super video gamey perfect zones, right? I know it's a shortish par four, but we're saying you can clear this bunker and then try not to run into this one, and also try not to avoid this tee and the fairway runs out. Like, this landing zone is super pinched, which is fine. I think it's a touch video gamey, but it's fine. If you're doing that, I'd then allow more space over here. I know we can lay back way further here, but this still isn't the easiest layup. It's kind of easy, but I just feel like whatever I'm doing, I'm playing into bunkers. That said, we can lay back, and this was the green side I saw at the start and loved. I really like this bunker and what you've done with it, running it a bit more vertically. Let's hit a tee shot here. Pulled it into the rough slash bunker. Rough. That's okay. You're starting to see a little bit with the sight lines where the bunkers are just a touch too flat, meaning we can't quite see them once you put the planting in. And I think this is an important thing when you're placing grasses, is look at the heights of the grasses once you put them in, and do you see still what you wanted to see? Because if you'd sculpted these bunkers before and then put the grasses down, it would have looked great, and then now it kind of doesn't look exactly like what you want it. It's my guess. Ooh, not a great lie, but I can run a ball on. That might be a little spicy. And slow now. Just a touch much. Good shot though. I really appreciate the ability to roll onto the green. Yeah, oh, I forgot to say which group Seb was in. Seb's in Group D with Matt F, some alts, and I don't remember who the other one is. Hannah. Ah, fun. Get there. No, it's hard to judge through fairway. I really wish the Texas wedge worked better. Anyway, there we go, par 5. Oh, hey, Tex. Tex, who is about to get promoted out of his CC course immediately, flight immediately. Yeah, this doesn't feel like what we would do as much. I'm not saying it's wrong. It just feels a bit tight and awkward. As ever with Seb, though, we get interesting golf. I just worry I'm going to hit this tree no matter what. I don't think I will. If I do, we will have words. The bounce and roll is very satisfying. And these bunkers look great close up. Okay. I mean, I guess I can go for it. Or I can lay up. I just lay up, you know. Yeah, I think this bunker just needs a bit more playing with in terms of depth and shaping, and like, it's one of those where you will get it. You've done this one really nicely. This one, the layering isn't quite there because everything kind of has to step down, and then you got this one in the way, and it just gets difficult. You have to make the bunkers a bit bigger than you think you do. I like the shot here. And I like that I'm just laying up. I could go for it, but I think I'll make birdie easier this way. I don't think it's in play at all. The only problem I would have with that is it's more in play if you lay up. Oh yeah, totally. I maintain I genuinely don't think I got it until halfway through West Yarra. And even then, like, oh, spin back down that. No, there was a slope. Ah, well. We're not reaching tech scores anytime soon. Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. It is 100% the style that you learn over time. Right. Drive the ball 310 yards. Not happening. That is quite tight to there. I mean, I can probably make it. So if I can't make it, how much am I laying back to? 198 odd. I don't know that you need this bunker. Because like you're saying, give people the better angle this side anyway. So just let them play here. That's a risky shot. One Tex, I am not reaching your score. Not even close. I think I might run out of fairway with that as well. Just feels a bit like I'm screwed off that tee shot with the length of driver I have. Exactly. Which, yeah, and I get the blurb. Only I just don't really think I had any choice of avoiding that, if I'm honest. It was either that or in the baranga thingy. Cool feature, just be careful with like different driver distances. Go pick shot. Ah, that's unfortunate. There'll be some really good people will miss out. And it's awesome that we've got so many new people playing the tours. Ugh, rubbish. Ooh, that's a nice look. Oh, and then we do some zoomy stuff. That's quite cool. I appreciated that. We did some things. Uh, yeah, I know you said that 1 through 4 were kind of narrow. This is where I feel like you're starting to nail it more. This looks really good. The green is big and bold. I maintain the bunkers are still a little bit of an issue. Just like the bunkers are solid, but on a sandbelt solid. Like given the levels of sandbelts we've had, I think you have to go for better. 51, I think is probably the club, right? I love the look of this tee. I might have dropped the hill down just a touch. I really love the flag just being there, and the low lighting is working really nicely. Not a good swing. Oh, it travelled further than I thought it would. And sit. Sit, Seb. It wasn't a good shot. Like I say, I think it would play better if you gave it a little bit more flat areas there, but I can have no complaints about that shot. And yes, exactly, Finley. Good par 3. Intrigued by this bunker complex. Kind of feels like the central bunker is just penalising me for being shorter. It's like, if you can take it over this one, you're fine. If you can't, you're just... Yeah, I would be reworking the bunker configuration, because the further right you go and the longer you are, this like none of these are in play. They're literally only penalising shorter hitters. And granted, I have a bad pin and wind, a bad wind and distance for this, but I believe the point stands. Ugh. Right. Well, let's just try this. Let's see how much we have left in. Okay, 204 to this green on a par 4. And you can kind of see how this worked. I don't think I could really avoid that. Which is a shame, because I really like the green contouring. Like, the two little mounds either side of here are great. This portion's really cool. It's just, this is a wedge shot rather than the 4-iron that I'm going to have to hit in. Trying, it's not long enough, but it's trying. I like the bunker on the right as well, the way that kind of blends with your native area a little more. A good use of the flatter bushes as well. I remember when we saw them initially, I just didn't think anyone would use them. But this and that, yeah, and the same with the top grass you've used. Didn't think anyone would use it. Works really well. Go on, roll it down. And this is why the chip shot is brilliant. Yes, you could flop that, but that's so much more fun. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Okay, playing back this way. 3-2-4. Nice. Super short par 4. Big green compared to the last one. But front to back. So giving a bigger green makes sense. And a lot of it's kind of false edges, so it works well. All right. With my driver, this could be perfect, but I don't believe it. The obvious play is to lay back and just hit a spinner on. 226 is probably rolling out. Yeah. Oh, don't miss the fairway, Ben. Oh, I've got a full wedge in. Rubbish shot. It's a good hole. It is a very typical sandbelt hole, this one. Just get over and feed down. Yeah. And there's loads of different ways you could play that. This one's a lot of fun. Again, I would look at you. Did you need this bunker? Could you have allowed way more space short? Because you've given us a layup zone here, but what about people who want to play way short of that? Like, general rule, fairway should be choking further down rather than way short. No, I know it's a visual bunker, but given how firmly it rolls, 210 is actually in play, right? Because if I'm playing 220, I'm thinking it's rolling out to 260. So therefore, if I want to lay back to 240, I want to be landing at 210. So it's not your everything is a combination, right? Your firmness matters. That's it. I like it works. It's just a like that's a reason why I would be giving that more fairway there. Ah, the sawgrass tree strikes again. Oh, this one we can go beyond. Got our overswing. Get there. I don't get how people get like 108. I can't do that. See, now it has a bit more breathing space. I'm loving this bit. But I'm kind of like, I am enjoying the mix of the two. I just prefer it when it's wider. Okay, par 5. Anything left is probably feeding down into the bunkers, which would be nice. Okay. I'm in between clubs. Choke 2 on? Why not? Just needed a little bit more fade. That was pretty good. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've still forget to move my ball on the tee boxes, to be honest. It's going to move a lot at the start and then just come back gently. So I think here. There we are. Look at Seb with his cool cameras. Ooh, I like that we are starting to do a bit more land movement. That's fun. And that's a great choice of bunker location. Feels a little based on Peninsula Kingswood's third. Might be wrong, but that bunker is doing a very similar thing. Again, I would just make your bunker a bit larger, and I think life gets so much easier for you with the sculpting. Ooh, not a good drive. Gonna miss the fairway right, and it's all of my own making. One thing I would also note that you've done, it feels a fair bit, is the two bunkers pinching at the front. Kind of the, obviously not, but Torrey Pines style. We did it on one, we did it on the par 4 where I had to lay way out and had 204 in. We've done it here, probably done it on one more, I would guess. I might be wrong. Again, just a thing to catch yourself on. I know it's often to make angles matter, etc., but sometimes doing that is offering a nice bailout one side, even if it's not that an attractive option. Right to there. Oh, that's flown. Even when oh, that's 7% power. Thanks, game. Good choices of grasses there. Ah, shorter par 3, I imagine. 161. Oh, so this is the one that potentially in play, is it? How do I move my ball? There, that's the button. See, I would say it's still in play here. Just a touch. It's okay there. Nice. Again, I wouldn't say I don't like it being this cramped. I just think this hole would be so much better if it could breathe a little. If it had a bit more space, everything would feel neat. Like you would really notice the difference. It's just very hard to visualize at the moment. Because at the moment, thanks, Tex, the trees are just cramping the bunkers a little bit. I'm looking at this and seeing if this all moved 10 yards that way and this all moved 10 yards that way, you'd have a stunning golf hole and you'd be able to expand the green surface a bit more, make it look a bit bigger, bunkers, etc. Because this look is wonderful. It's just the spacing that is a touch off for me, and it's one where you won't notice until you like play with it a bit more. Oh, so 3 under first round for a week is not too bad. Okay, I like this tee shot. There's a lot going on. I would definitely be removing this tree here. That just feels a touch distracting. And I think you could probably just clean up the view a bit. Like lose some of the grass here and here because there's a lot dragging my eye over here. And then these trees doing a really good job. You just kind of simplify the view sometimes so that we can see what you want us to see. That's a better tee shot. Okay, then we have these guys. You'd be mad to go for this, right? I just want to not end. I know I'm laying up on a bunch of par fives though. Assuming that is a slight miss. It's okay. This might also be a me thing, but I would be running fairway here as well. Like they tend to do that sort of thing. Right, 2-iron. Why not? You only live once. I'll fade it in there. Ah. Oh, hey, Matt. No worries. Oh, yeah. On mute. There we are. He might catch up later. See, now I've got to try the flop. And I'm so bad at this. Ooh. No, we're not. That was good. It's annoying how well that works. Four under. Let's see what we have next. Okay. I've had one other thing that leaps out is I've had a lot of front pins, particularly in between two bunkers, I feel. And I don't know that this bunker's doing a whole lot of good. I think the hole would be better if you just made this all fairway. Should have played pin two. No, I saw that and decided not to. So that might go through, which fine. Yeah. I'm inclined to agree with Matt on that. I really like the green site as well. Yeah. Oh, a visual illusion that the tree looks in front of it for me at the moment. Obviously, Matt is talking about his competition, though, so we're going to ignore everything that he says. Again, like the cross hole views look amazing. Love. Right. And the environment is superb. Done a really good job. Oh, so now we're up against the farmland. Oh, and look at all that fairway around the green. Like I feel like that could have been happening just a touch more. Big broad sloped green rather than like lots of red. Nice. Yeah, I think one stylistic thing you'd want is fairway running pretty much right up to this bunker unless it's native. Just that would be the sort of thing they do. Again, here, like they try and give you short grass wherever possible. I like the little walking path across. That's a nice touch. Oh, that did. It's going to work out, but that was a weird swing. Hmm. 1, 3, 5, 1, 5, 1, or 4, 7. None of these are the right club. Maybe the wedge. Try and power a wedge there. Oh, it was the wedge. That was the correct answer. Yeah, text does need to finish course, and indeed start a course. Okay. We're toying with muting Matty. Okay, 195, tabletop E green. Agreed. This feels just a touch harsh. I don't know that you need the false front or that. I feel like this one should either be 170, given the green it's got and what you're doing, or you need to just soften this and the landing area. It was kind of based on a hole at Victoria, I think. But I could be wrong. Yeah. 4-iron Stinger. That is not the shot I want to play. I think I want to play just a. Yeah, that's not it. Still, shallowish bunker. I found a lot of bunkers today. Victoria's great. Stupid pick shot. I like the concept though. You've done something different with the par 3 and made it more of a tabletop, which works really nicely. Oh, love the sightline here. Love that we see the flag just and everything working this way. That's great. Like the little neighborhood stuff. I don't love this. It just feels a bit harsh. And like if you were doing this, I think you have to allow more fairway here. Oh, don't worry, Matt. That's been happening. Yeah. I love a lot of this hole, and then the landing zone is just. I really don't like it. I'm sorry. I just don't understand why there's not fairway here for us to lay up into. And it's one of the longer holes. It just feels like this hole is targeting my 277 driver. So I can't hit 3-wood. I think I'm dead there as well. I'm going to have to, but. I mean, with that swing, it's not going to matter. Yep, fair. Listen, people were hitting parts on 15 that I never play tested because I never thought anyone would play from that tee. Oh, and we separated the fairway. Okay. Which I don't mind quite so much. But hey. 60 wedge splash shot. We are making this difficult. That's a good shot though. Oh yeah, it was a splash, not a pick. I thought it was going to grab. It's forgotten everything. Get up there. Damn it. Ooh. Spinny thing. Seb, why are you targeting my driver? I can't carry this. Again, maybe feels like it could be a little bit punitive. Like if you're an inch off the fairway, you're bouncing down and potentially out of bounds. Hopefully not. I just don't think that it needs this giant fall off here. Targeted your own driver. Okay, that's fair. Oh, it looks like we're going to try and test that. Love him. This is a good hole. I really enjoy the mound here. It's a really good par 5. No, they don't map. Nobody wants to play that. I may have played my solitary round of TGCT with the qualifier. I never actually end up playing the tours. Maybe this year's different. Well, that was just beautiful. Yeah, we'll watch a replay of that. It's a nicely judged chip. Nothing fancy, as it should be. Love. Good hole. I did say I liked that one before I holed that. It was 6 under. For a round where I've not played very well at all. This looks lovely. Your fairway sculpting will help me. Hooray. It's a long approach in. But partly me laying up as well. That could be very good, or it's in the bunker. And it's gone. Yeah, I just don't. They just don't do that. I don't think. Like if you're on the edge, you're rolling in. It's just not aggressively rolling you in. 22 should be good actually. Maybe a little less. Uh-oh. I don't know why I swung so early. Hey, Charlie. That's more like it. Well, bit too late for that text. Throwing away shots coming in, and then that. Okay, and that last hole did give me the final piece of things I wanted to say about the course. There's loads of that I like. There's loads of that I like, and I think the environment is awesome. Really enjoyed. I do. I maintain. I think is a bit too narrow, and I think that's where it causes you some issues. The one thing I think you do a little too much, and this is where sandbelts I find are really tricky. You are trying to give people options, not necessarily take them away. And I feel a lot of the time driver was taken away from me, and it was kind of forcing me back into hitting a 3-wood rather than necessarily here's your ideal line of play and play away from it. And I think that's really hard to do. And I'm not saying I've necessarily always done that perfectly, but it's kind of a sometimes it felt like there was the one option and then nothing else. And again, I've done that. Been there. There's not also because of the narrowness, there's not often the width to have that safe option that you would normally have. Which means that then you get pushed back into the driver and then you're being hit by the 2.7 280 carry being really tough to hit. What else do I have? Bunkers we touched on, like they're fine, but for a Sandbelt and World Cup, I think you want great, and they're not quite that. I don't think. Planting environment was really nice. Really enjoyed some of the hole designs. I think 16 wasn't it? Was I think that fairway just got a little severe and didn't have the width where it needed it. I guess my main one would just be looking at where you need width, why you need width there, and just really understanding layups as much as you possibly can do, and just giving people alternate routes to play the hole. But yeah, it's still a fun, like a really fun course, and you'll have learned tons from doing it and getting the feedback on that. More than had you played it safe. And I know you never play it safe. And visually still really strong. And it is a good start to Group D. As mentioned, I am harsh on sandbelts more than possibly anything else. Doesn't mean I'll judge it harshly. It's more just that I have studied them so much. I have a ton of things to say. Right, we're going to cut this stream and then we go and play our